Alright, guys. Well, I'm Big Al. This is Bo Sykes. We just recorded like 15 minutes worth of. We thought we were recording 15 minutes worth of video. Long story short, we're going to tell a story. Because we're already here. Long story short, we combined Southern Blend, Grizzly Natural, Copenhagen Wintergreen, Copenhagen Straight, Grizzly Mint, and Skull Berry.
All into this can right here. And we ended up having way over full of a can.
Yeah, it was like popping out.
So we pressed it down. And me and him both took a pinch. And we got to there.
And
our first opinion of the dips mixed.
This crap overpowers everything. Everything.
So, taste wise, you mainly taste this. And you taste this. The Grizzly Mint and the Skull Berry put together is what you taste the most. Cut wise, you're obviously going to get the Copenhagen cut. Because it's just better than Grizzly cut. And I think both of our opinions. Burn wise, you know, the way it cuts you, it's always going to be Copenhagen Wintergreen. It's always the strongest, so that's why that will cut you more. But after all these three dips right here, the Copenhagen Straight, the Grizzly Natural, and the Southern Blend, you don't get much taste from it. So you're mainly dipping Skull Berry, Wintergreen, and Grizzly Mint.
But I keep getting like floaters of the Grizzly cut because it's so
Loose, dry,
and but
shit.
But my jug of the day for me is gonna be the black, the original black mud jug.
Mine is Green Mr. Cricket.
And we already told this story once to, you know, something that wasn't even recording, but we'll tell it again.
Just shorten up the story this time.
Alright. Our first dipping experiences. I'm pretty sure I've done a video already.
Let's tell them how old we are first, though.
I'm 17.
I'm 16. I've been dipping for, what, 3 years now?
I've been dipping
almost 4. He's been dipping for
like 4 or 5. I don't know. Add up the math on your own after I tell this story.
We're not math.
Well, in the beginning of 7th grade, I dated this girl named Tristan. She dipped. And she taught me, you know, always add on. Taught me into putting a dip in. Alright, finally did it. It was Grizzly Wintergreen, which is a very strong dip. If it's your first dip, you know about this. When I put it in, biggest burn of my life. And I'm just telling you, like, the buzz was crazy. I was standing up when I first put it in, and I was doing this standing up, getting cold sweat, sat down on a
Switch sides.
Sat down on a oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh. Now, we haven't switched sides yet, and we just did. So when you switch sides, you're going to get a very strong taste of Skull Berry. The kind that makes you want to throw up.
But,
oh.
God, oh, Lord.
It's like cough syrup.
Yeah. And I sat down, and the computer chair didn't have a back, and I almost fell back, and it was just really bad. I mean, and my buddy Tyler was your big brother, who's my buddy, a couple years older than me. Looked up at me, he was like, "You alright, bud?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm alright." And he was like, "You got a buzz, don't you?" I was like, "Yeah." I caught a really big buzz, and started, a couple months later, I started dipping again, because of my buddy Braxton. I just had a craving, bought a can from him, because he sold them out of his log. And ever since then, I've been dipping, and that was at the end of 7th grade, and now I'm at the end of 11th grade, so 4 years.
My turn. I was 13 when I had my first pinch. I was in 7th grade. My cousin Chase went to his house, watched the pay-per-view fight for UFC, and he's been begging me to do it for a long time. And it was Grizzly Wintergreen. And he kind of just like threw the can at me and was like, "Here, take a pinch." And I was like, you know what? He's been asking me to do it for forever. Why not? So I sit there and I took a pinch about this big. It was a decent size for a first pinch. So I took that about like that, put it in my lip. And of course, I didn't know how to do anything. And I put it right in the middle, and I ended up getting it everywhere. But I managed to put it in the ball. And I was spitting black for about 30 minutes. And I was doing good for about 30 minutes until it hit about 40-minute mark. And that's when I started spinning and got hot real bad. And I took it out. And I told Chase, I was wobbling like this. I was like, man, I don't feel too good. And then he's like, go outside, go outside. I threw up everywhere. And I was like, I am never going to dip again. And here I am, buying 6 cans of dip that I can dip every day. Because I've been dipping ever since that day. I started about a week after that. So, yeah. That's my dipping adventure.
Yeah, but like, in like the 4 years I've been dipping, never once have I ever thrown up off dip. I never want to. And I've done a full can multiple times. I know I could do 2 because of Copenhagen Wintergreen. Me and my buddy were sitting outside. It was when I turned 17. It was a couple months ago. No, it was like a month ago. I just turned 17, like a month ago. And our big friend Preston was like, yeah, man, I can do a full can. It ain't nothing. I'm going to do it for your birthday. And I was like, all right. And he was like, you do it with me? I was like, yeah, buddy, I'll do it with you. Well, he gave me a full can. He had a full can. He's like, all right, let's do it. Put in 2 big pinches on the side. He threw up. It was only half a can. And by the time he had that half a can in, I mean, in the time that any normal dipper can take 2 pinches and put it on each side, I had a full can in, only on this side. Kept it in for like 30 minutes, too. And played basketball. It was pretty crazy. But
See, a different thing for me. I've thrown up 3 times off dip. First time, and then I was over actually here at his house doing Southern Blend. I literally thought I think I put half a can in my mouth, didn't I? I had all back here. I think it started from about right here all the way to about right here. I had a good old half a horseshoe in. I go back in the job back here and try to take a shit. I'm sitting here trying to spit in the toilet because I didn't have mud jug in it. And I'm sitting there, and for some reason half of the dip rolls back, and I swallow it. And I was done there. And then that was actually the 3rd time. The 2nd time I did it was when I was at my buddy Gabe's house, and my good buddy Noah Snelly, he moved to Texas, but me and him, we always hung out. It was like about 2 years ago, and it was actually Skullberry. The guy who I used to buy it from I asked him for a Skull Mint, and they didn't have it, so and I asked him for 3 cans of it. So he came out with this crap, and I hated it.
What was it?
What?
Wait, what was it?
This. The Skullberry. So I got 3 cans of this, and I'm not going to just not dip it. I bought it, so I'm like, what the hell ever. I'm not going to sell it to somebody. I my own damn dip. I'm going to dip it. Dip's dip. So we were out in the woods shooting frogs, and Gabe doesn't dip, but he put in a little pinch. My buddy Bailey was with us. He put in a little one. He actually liked it because he don't dip, so he thought it tasted good. And me and Noah, we're used to Copenhagen Wintergreen. That's my everyday dip. And I'm sitting here, got about another damn half can in my mouth, thinking I'm a damn daredevil. And I'm sitting here shooting frogs, running around, catching these damn frogs, and all of a sudden, whoa, that taste hits me. And I'm like, man, I can't do this. Take it out, and I'm sitting here, I'm looking up, I'm like, uh-oh. Bye-bye. There goes the dip. So, but then after I threw up, I was like, man, I feel fine. Let's do another dip.
Yeah, I was on a couple months I dipped this. Probably, not like, it was like a month or 2, I only dipped this. My buddy Logan it was in this room, dipped Grizzly Wintergreen like crazy back then. Remember Logan used to dip Grizzly Wintergreen like crazy?
Mm-hmm.
And, well, you're sitting here, you put like half a can in, and I put 3/4 of a can in because I only took like 2 pinches out of it, and put that in, and this dude, he's like sitting on my bed, which is behind us, and I'm sitting in my chair, and he just sits up and goes, bruh, on the floor, and then threw up in my trash can. I didn't have a trash bag in it. So I had to go outside and clean that out with a hose. Well, that was our dipping stories. Oh yeah, and just so you know, we didn't, these aren't fucking empty.
Yeah. And not the same dip. I mean, I don't know how y'all
Show
can
which
tell.
dip it is.
That's Copenhagen Straight. Well, let's see, I'll show y'all. Let's see where we took the pinch out of it. Wake up.
I didn't pack that well at all, but we took a pinch out of that.
Copenhagen Wintergreen. God. Skull shit berry.
And that was the net. And we put it all in this can, and I don't even, what are we even going to do? What are we going to do with this?
I don't even know.
That was the damage done to that. Well, I gotta shit my brains out, so.
Keep dipping.
Keep cracking and packing and dipping and spitting and shitting and pissing. This is Big Al on both Sykes. We'll holler at you later.